Amazon account is up and running now. We are selling our formula officially. It's amazing stuff from Europe.
Made in Germany. Sold in America.
Highest standards there are. In America, the standards haven't been updated since 1980. It's super weird, like older than me. In Europe, they update safety standards basically every year. This formula is top notch, great for the stomach, great for constipation. This is a great product. If you happen to want to purchase it and join us on our journey, then grab the link in the description. If you do and leave a review for us, send me a screenshot at vinandsori@gmail.com of your review after you have received the product. We will put your name in a hat. Song reviews are going to come out by some of the people that have left reviews. Don't forget to send us a screenshot of your review once you get the product. Now a word from our mascot dressed as a pirate, Fuji.
It's a steal of a deal.
Go ahead.
This one is an original song recorded in 2003 based on a story from Sufjan's childhood. Oh, wow, okay.
Okay. Let me know. Just type 22, Neg, if the lyrics are, if the song is the right copy. Because remember, we didn't have the...
we didn't use the official
we didn't use the
audio,
official. So once you hear it, type 22 if it's the right copy. If it's not, we'll keep looking. Here we go. Sufjan Stevens, worst Christmas ever. Let's go.
Going outside, shoveling snow in the driveway, taking our shoes, riding a sled down the hillside. Can you say what you want? Can you say what you want to be? Can you be what you want? Can you be what you are? Our Father yells, throwing the gifts in the wood stove. My sister runs away, taking her books to the schoolyard. In time the snow will rise, in time the snow will rise. In time the Lord will rise, in time the Lord will rise.
Damn.
I hope nothing happened to his sister.
Huh?
I hope nothing happened to his sister.
Well, I mean, the dad yelled and threw their gifts into the wood
I know,
stove.
but then it says that she ran away to the schoolyard with her books, and it says, "In time the snow will rise. In time the snow will rise, and then in time the Lord will rise." Like, she didn't stay in the schoolyard and freeze, did she?
No.
He just is talking. You think he's saying
No.
the snow's gonna rise as in time's gonna pass?
Yeah, it's just yeah. But damn, yeah, it's funny. We spent one Christmas in a homeless shelter, but it wasn't like a localized homeless shelter. You would stay one place for a week, another place for a week, another place for a week.
Amazing.
We ended up in a synagogue. We ended up in a synagogue for. I feel like the synagogue. We stayed there for 2 weeks, but anyway, we did Christmas in the synagogue, and presents, whole 9 yards, everything. Like I actually like made out like a bandit, materialism wise. That Christmas, you got remote control cars, like good ones, like all types of shit.
Well, and you weren't all about, like, you already said traditions and stuff like that don't matter to you. So did it matter to you whether you were in an apartment or you
Not
were
at all. It's
the
funny.
shelter?
It's funny because my younger brother will not even. He used to call it the S. Remember when we were in the S? Like literally, like as a man, he was still using that term. Like I think both my brothers had a problem with spending Christmas in the homeless shelter. I didn't care. My mom had a hard time with being a mom and your kids are in a homeless shelter for Christmas. Like she had a hard time there, but like I don't know, man. Yeah. Sometimes in the real world, like the shit is not, it's not perfect. And then you got somebody that, I mean, that dad, what the hell? You're throwing the Christmas
oh my God,
gifts into the wood stove, like. That's you gotta, like, at some level, like, you have to be like, yo, dude,
you gotta pull yourself together.
but see this is the other problem that I have with holidays, right? Is because this guy, I'm just gonna say he's a dick, but he's been a dick forever.
Yeah,
he's always been a dick. So
I
Christmas Christmas is not gonna change his dickery. Mm-hmm. The problem is that now
you've poured so much meaning into
exactly this. Now there's more meaning poured into this aspect of his dickery, whereas he's always been like this.
Oh my God, yeah.
But now, because it's during the Christmas time, it's like, Dad, could you give us a break on Christmas? Now it's even worse because now it's in the context of this holiday type of thing or whatever, mm-hmm. right? So it's
yep.
But I
boy, that ending, the way that they were singing.
I don't think that ceremonies are bad. I'm still trying to figure it out. See what I'm saying? And I like, we were in a church that did communion every week. Mm-hmm. But I understood the point of that ritual. Like, it made sense to me that we're doing this ritual. I understood it. Mm-hmm. It's like if you do that once a week, communion reminds you of the broken body and shed blood of Christ, and you've been sitting all week. Like, it makes sense to me to, like, have that as in your rhythm to resettle yourself, and it's a very solemn but celebratory moment. Mm-hmm. And we had, and I had never done communion the way that this church had done it. I mean, there were just There were just a lot of moments where it was like,
it was cool.
It was crazy. Really cool. But I do good with ritual and tradition when I understand the import behind it, and if I get it, you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying like the holidays are bad. It's just, this is one of the issues that I have, is that these poor people, now they got to deal with this horrible memory that has now become, emblazoned in their souls because
and you
it
won't
happened
be able to think
during
of Christmas without thinking about that.
Yeah, and Negative was saying, like, this gives a little insight onto why he's recorded so many Christmas songs. He's trying to just reconnect with how bad it was for him growing up and trying to get some sort of, but
he wants to rekindle that Christmas spirit, he said.
Yeah, because it's easy for a kid to have Christmas spirit, and like, to be a dad like this, man, I don't know, bro. You gotta do something really horrible as a kid to justify that at Christmas, and I don't get the feeling that this dude and his sister were doing horrible shit to warrant that kind of. That's just a guy who's unhappy with himself.
Yeah, because I feel like that any kid that would do something that bad to get toys wouldn't care about toys. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah,
feel like
well, it didn't even say toys. It said gifts, which could be clothes,
Oh
could
yeah,
be.
that's true. Yeah.
There's so much shit. Like, it's just such a terrible thing to do as a father. I can't imagine doing it as a father. I remember one time. You remember the we paid a pretty penny. I'm not even going to talk about it to see Tom Brady play the Patriots.
Yeah.
And I had bought 2 tickets for the boys
Geez.
to surprise them, but they were really disrespecting their mom. And I told them, I said, look, we got something major planned for you guys. You know, you're on 2 strikes. Like, don't fuck with me again. And like,
They were pushing the line, and
they
wasn't
pushed the
saying
line
anything.
on multiple. She
I
didn't
wasn't
tell
saying
me.
anything 'cause
They
I
were on
knew.
like strike 5 when she finally told me. So I brought the kids in the room, and I said, okay, I was gonna bring you to the game, but I cannot bring you to the game because you're disrespecting your mom, and you know, I can't justify giving you this insane, crazy, once in a lifetime moment when you've been dishonoring your mom the whole time. So you guys can't go, dude. I cry. I don't know. I was crying for like an hour. It was bad.
Yeah.
The boy. I don't even think the boys cried.
No, they were bummed out. Well, they were basically like, when they talk about it now, it seems like they were basically like, they knew that they had pushed it way too far. But yeah, geez, you had a real hard time. I was like, oh my word.
Yeah.
Because I knew that I don't think that I have the strength as a parent to be able to make a decision like that. That's extremely difficult, and it was like a once in a lifetime opportunity. Basically, it just too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
So if that would have fell around Christmas, I still would have done it.
Yeah.
But I think kids know when you're just doing something because you're lashing out versus you're doing something because, you know, it's really, really important. And you know, the boys knew that about me, and I had sat them down and we talked for hours about it. I'm like, listen, I'm not going to let you guys disrespect your mom. Like, it's very, very important to me. Like, we talk about a lot about, you know, what kind of men they're going to be when they get married and how to treat their wives and things like that. And I've had a lot of, you know, our family history cyclically has not done well with taking care of women. You know, the wives. You know, I saw it happen to my mom. I saw it happen to my extended family. And you always say, like, oh, that's never going to happen with me. But unless you're proactively working to break that cycle, you're going to repeat it. Mm-hmm. And so I've made it a priority for the boys. And so, you know, but so I think if when my boys look back at that memory, I don't think they're gonna be like, oh, Dad, you know, did X, Y, and Z, because they know they know it's rooted in love. But this dude, right here, our father yells, throwing the gifts in the wood stove, just terrible. And just so ironic as a father to do that, considering what Christmas is about.
Yeah.
God so loved the world. Yeah. Specifically speaking in Christian theology, God the Father so loved the world that he gave the best gift possible, his son, to sinners. It's like,
and he knew what was going to happen.
Like, couldn't you make an exception for your kids on Christmas? Like, there's a lot of times when we do that where we're like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless it's something that there's about 2 or 3 issues that are, you know, like, we're not going to abuse women. We're not going to verbally disrespect women here. Mm-hmm. We fight for women here. Like, literally, we will fight for women here. Right. We will kill for women here. We don't disrespect or dishonor women, especially women that we belong to. So, but aside from that, as a parent, you make those negotiations all the time. You bend yes, you do. You bend the rules when it's holiday. Yep. You bend the rule. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't go to the letter of the law on your kid. But this guy, I mean, damn. You know, that's one of the reasons, honestly, like, I honor the Christmas tradition stuff. Sori and Dorian are like crazy about tradition and all, and I'm horrible at it. So, like, every year for the last couple of years, we've gone down and gotten an actual real tree, cut it down, all types of shit. I'm not into that. Like, let's go to Walmart and buy a plastic tree, and then we won't have to keep shopping for trees every year. But it's become a little family tradition, things of that nature. And I definitely, like, see the value in that. Like, a lot of times as a parent, you got to, like, take herself out of the equation. This guy couldn't do it. It's like, God almighty.
He says that, but every year that we've gone to get the tree, on the drive there, you look like a grumpy bear. And then when we're doing it, you get involved with the kids. And then by the end of it, it feels like to me you're running the whole thing. You guys are going, everybody's excited, everybody's gonna go turn on the Christmas music. So you always seem to actually enjoy it once you're there and we're bringing the tree home and everything.
I agree with that. And and everybody knows it. So it's like, okay, Dad's gonna be quiet on the drive up, but on the drive down it's gonna be fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I this is a very unique Christmas song because it's sad, but I mean it's also real. Maybe not everybody's specific situation, but I'm sure my brothers can relate to that when they think about the Christmas we spent in the synagogue. I'm the only one that I look back at that and I don't, I thought my mom did a great job. My mom was dealing with bipolar, a couple other things. We were in a brand new state. She had just left my stepdad again. There was a lot of, difficulty. So
Jeez.
like, I understand, like what do it's like, what do you expect? Like from one person? Like, and she kept us together.
But you thought that as a kid.
Yeah. I thought
Johan's like that.
Yeah, I thought as a kid. I was like, it's like, come on, man. Like, we've been through situations before. We had been in homeless shelters before. It's just, why am I gonna like freak out on my mom because we're in it during Christmas? If there is anything she could have done for us not to be there, she would have. Yeah. But I mean, bipolar, that shit is real. And so I felt like, based on, I think my older brother felt a little bit guilty because he was essentially the man of the house. There was just a lot of things going on. But to me, I thought my mom, shout out to my mom. You did a bang up job, BMW. Shit was difficult. This is a 9.2 for me. I am blown away by how honest and real, but still beautiful the song was.
Yeah, especially that ending part. It had that sort of chilly sound to it, but it was really... Yeah, this is a 9.1 for me.
We have more coming on the way for you, beautiful people, on the other side.
I have to add one more story.
When we were kids,
when we were kids, we had blankets, and my parents were trying to get us used to not having the blankets when we went to bed. And so they came up with this idea that they would tell us that if we got rid of the blankets ourselves, they would buy us like a Barbie. It was definitely a Barbie. I was like, yo, that's a good
bribery.
Trade. Yeah, I was like, that's a good trade. I really wanted that Barbie. And my sister was like, yeah, okay, let's do it. Well, they thought it would be better if it was like we knew that the blanket was completely gone, not that it was like maybe packed away somewhere. They wanted it like completely out of our heads, so they threw it in the wood stove in front of us.
Oh my god!
And my sister,
but you guys had voluntarily given it away, right?
Like, yeah, we had. But then when you do it and you're actually seeing like your blanket, like your thing of comfort, going up in flames, it has a different feel to it. So
they did that shit on Christmas?
No, they didn't do that on Christmas. I'm just saying, like, that was a situation that we volunteered for, we participated in, and we were still... Well, I wasn't horrified. I was happy with the Barbie. My sister was horrified. She'll still talk about it to this day. So this guy, I mean,
the terror,
really
the horror.
Angry. He's really angry. He's really trying to ruin your day. Like, that would be a really bad memory, man. So anyway, 9.1. You gave your score. Don't burn your kids' blankets.
Yeah.
You meant well. I know.
Yeah, you can see we're different. I'm talking about being in a homeless shelter at Christmas. She's traumatized still by her blankie being burned after she got bribed with a Barbie.
Let's just end this review.
That's a lot of B's. Her blanket being burned after she got banned from a Barbie. Or bribed with a Barbie. Okay, by the way, shout out to Rose. Shout out to Michelle. Shout out to Morgan. We will see you real soon, big homie. Vin out.
Sori out.
Go. We shall return. Turn.